A generator for free? That's right, free. Let's get it running.
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
Napoleon, like anyone can even know that.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Today, hi Kitty, Ninja. Today we're going to be working on this generator that I got for free. Now, I run every day, usually in my neighborhood, obviously, and I find all kinds of stuff. My friends and family are always like, how did you find that? Where do you get all these things? And I'm out there on the streets, different times of the day. People put stuff out on the curb and you would just be surprised at the stuff that I find. And a lot of times I get it going, get it fixed up. Some of the stuff I keep, some of the stuff I give away, some of the stuff I sell to pay for other little projects around here. But here we have the generator, and I even have an owner's manual for it. So let's take a quick look at it and let's see if it needs anything. It looks pretty darn nice. Ninja approves. This is a ETQ TG4000, I'm guessing 4000 watt generator. And I saw it, picked it up, and that's all I've done to it so far. I noticed that the switch here is broken, or I thought it was missing, but it looks like it's broken. So we'll have to work around that. Other than that, I mean, this thing looks like it has hardly any use on it. I haven't even pulled the pull cord yet. Feels fine. So I guess let's get started on the basics. We're gonna check the oil. Cat, you're not really all that helpful. And the oil looks brand new. And I guess we will see if there's fuel in here or how this smells. They have these little screens in here. Yeah, it looks fine. Looks really clean. Give it the old snifferoo. Yeah, it smells like old fuel, but not bad. I think I saw on the other side it has a shut off. Where did I see that? There was a fuel shut off somewhere. I know I saw it. Anyway, we have to find where that is. There it is, which is very nice to have. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'll pull this little bowl out of here, and we'll take this air cleaner cover off. It's kind of just hanging on there. And everything looks good on this thing. Yeah, free. The carburetor looks clean from right here. Okay, I think really my first thing is going to be to find out how many wires we have on this switch here. It looks like 2 or 3. So we're going to have to figure out how to make sure it's on or be able to shut it off. So I'm going to pop that switch out before we go any farther. That's going to be our go or no go for this. Switch came out fairly easy. There was a whole bunch of glue behind these little tabs, so I had to pry all that glue off and it broke the tabs off. But anyway, it just has 2 positions, so I'm guessing it either connects these 2 to run or connects these 2 to not run, to shut it off. So I dug through my electrical box of goodies there, and I have a nice variety of different switches here. This one's the closest, I think. Even it says 10 amps, 250 volts. This one says 20 amps, but I don't know. What I'll probably do is I'll go on our favorite online home delivery website and see if I can find one that fits in there, but this should get us going. And I took off that little float bowl here, and this thing looks like either the previous owner kept up on this thing perfectly or never used it. I don't know what it is, but I put a flashlight in that tank and it looks brand new. This thing is kind of unbelievable. I don't think we're gonna have too many issues getting this thing going, but I'll put the bowl back on. I'll hook up one of these switches. Maybe I'll even look at this manual that came with it and see if I can figure out. I'm sure there's a wiring diagram in here somewhere. There we go. And that ought to tell me engine switch on and off, which way it has to be. But or I'll just pull the spark plug out and give it a couple pulls and see if we have spark with it as it is. I think I decided to just give this thing a shot and see what happens. I have a can of carb cleaner, so we're going to just shoot some in here. Turn the choke on and give it a yank and see what happens. Well, that's pretty convincing. So I guess what I need to do is wire this switch up so whichever switch I have is on and off in the other position. You know what I mean. I'm going to hook one up, and I also noticed that probably I did this, but fuel line is broken, so we'll replace that fuel line. Looks like I might have to pull this off to get in there. We'll put a fresh fuel line on it and put some fuel in it and a switch and give this thing a go. I cut a little piece of fuel line here. It's a little bit smaller outside diameter, so I don't know if these clamps are going to work, but it should be okay. And they seem like they're fine. Well, not really. Maybe I'll take the clamps off. They're just kind of flopping around, and I don't think it's going to be a problem. The line fits on there pretty good. There we go. We'll get this back on, hopefully. I'll get the nuts back onto that, tighten that down, and I put that switch on. Obviously it doesn't fit quite the same, but it'll be good enough for now. And we'll get some fuel in here. Let's get the fuel in here. Nothing but the best lawnmower gas. Don't want to put too much in because I just took that bowl off of there, and if I mess that up a little bit, I don't want it to leak down here. Let's turn it on. There we go. Fuel is flowing. I don't see any leaks. I'm going to put the choke on. Watch my beer. Safety first. And let's give her a tug here. Not a very convenient place for that. Let's see. Yeah, choke is on. Fuel is on. Well, let's see if I wired this thing incorrectly here. Put it that way. Try it again. digging around to do, but we're getting close. Okay, I just pulled it a few more times and let it warm up. It seems like all that it was. It appears that I have it now. Let's see. Okay, it's not going to win any quiet contests, but it does work. And look at that. We got I don't know what kind of connection that is, but it says 240. That'd be nice if you could run a 240 outlet. I don't know. Let's see how she starts now that it's ran a little bit, or if it needs the choke again. Seems like it wants choke. It smells brand new. Yeah, it seems like it wants choke to start every time. And then it doesn't want to run. So I'm going to keep messing with it a little bit. We'll just run it a while. Been doing a little bit of messing around with this thing off camera. And I can reference you back to the beginning of this video when I was first looking at this thing and checked the oil and said how nice it looked. Well, a guy really should wipe that dipstick off, put it back in, and check it. You know, there was oil on the stick, but what I noticed is this thing would start up and run fine and shut off randomly. And I came over on this side and I saw this oil light was illuminating right before it would shut off. I have oil in there, but it was at the bottom of the stick. So I topped that off with whatever I had laying around here. And it seems like it's working fine now. Still seems to want choke when it first starts, but so check the oil is the lesson for today. Other than that, I'm going to just wipe her down a little bit, get the dust off of this thing, and I already have a friend who can use this thing. So I think I'm going to charge him a couple beers and a cheeseburger. That ought to pay for my pint of gas and 4 ounces of oil and 2 squirts of carb cleaner and 4.5 inches of fuel line. I think it's a pretty good trade. So what did we learn today? All right, lesson number 1. Keep your eye open if you're walking or running in the neighborhood or anywhere really. You'd be surprised the things that you'll find. Example number 1. All right, lesson number 2. Just because there's oil in there does not mean that's enough oil. Especially something like this. It's got that low oil warning light. It was at the bottom of the stick. It's probably plenty safe, but it's a good safeguard. Shuts this thing down, prevents you from damaging it due to your negligence. Not yours, mine. And I guess lesson number 3, stay hydrated. And lesson number 4, take a chance. You never know. If this thing would have ended up like a blown up engine or something, probably not worth fixing. I don't know what a used 4,000 watt generator sells for, $200, $300, $400. Maybe you could get a used engine, mess around with it, take it apart, whatever you want to do. Otherwise, It's gonna take me a couple weeks to take this thing apart and get rid of it as scrap. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, but if you have a little bit of mechanical aptitude and a friend on YouTube, you never know. You might be able to save some things, save some money, more money for beverages and burgers and that sort of thing. And then also, you can help out your friends. I got a friend who's going to be getting a generator here today. That's what I do. All right, if you're liking my content, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down there somewhere. And if you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure and your free curb stuff. Adios.